What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Osting channel. If you first time here, my name is Peter. I run my detailing business for almost 15 years. We are based in Fairbairn, Kanto, Offaly, Midlands of Ireland. As the thumbnail suggests, I'm gonna show you two little tricks you need to do when you do machine polishing. In this case, it's not a secret. You should find those information on the internet. If you try to learn machine polishing, this is very important that you understand these two things that I'm gonna show you in this video. So basically what I'm gonna show you is, while you're polishing and you want to achieve really good results, you want to have control on what you're doing. So basically I'm gonna show you the control measures that all professional detailers use. You have to use these two things to be sure that you did the job right. Overall, if you trust yourself too much and you don't use the control measures, I can guarantee you, you will fail sooner or later, and more likely sooner. So if you're new to detailing and you want to learn machine polishing correctly, you should start with having the control measures. This way you'll be able to progress and you'll be able to improve yourself and get nice results. That applies to anybody who uses machine polisher. Even I know people that they do machine polishing for over 20 years. They don't use control measures and we get lots of those cars to fix after them. A lot of lads spraying cars, they do their job, they do nice finish when it comes to paintwork. However, they want to finish it with the polisher and a lot of times they leave holograms, they leave buffer trails. Of course, their intention is not to do that. However, lack of control measures causes that. So here we have 2016 Ford Transit. As you can see here, the paint looks really glossy. There's not really much we could do if we look at this van this way. However, I'm gonna show you the real condition of this paint. So let's start from the first control measure that you need to have when you polish it. If you work in this sort of light, the vehicle looks great. You could say all you can do is seal the vehicle. However, once you use proper lighting, you will see what's the real damage on this van is. So let's have a look what will happen with the appearance of the paint if I turn on one of the lights I have on the wall. So as you can see, different lighting that you have in your workplace makes huge difference. Here, once we turn on these lights, we can already see that the van is actually in very poor condition. It's seriously damaged. A lot of people use this type of light in their workshops and they sort of assess the condition of the paint with this type of lighting. However, let's see what will happen when I turn on another type of lights. So in this case, I have focused LED lights. And with those lights, you can trace a lot of imperfections. Now you can see not just the deep marks, but you can see all the swirl marks. So now I hope that you know that different lighting will change everything. Overall, the way we try to work is when we finish the vehicle is that when this vehicle will go out to the sunlight, it will look excellent in the sunlight. However, in the case of those lights, they're fixed in places, so I can do some sort of judgment on the car. I can trace a lot of those imperfections with those lights. At the start, I'm not sure whether you want to buy all that setup to have it, but what you definitely need to have is at least handheld torch that you can inspect the paint. So with torch like this, you're not limited to the lights that you have set on the wall. If you have them, you can check every single place on the car, regardless it's on the roof or it's on lower parts. So this is must have for every detailer. When it comes to the torch itself, it's not just random torch. What it is, it's a color match torch designed for lads spraying cars, so they can check whether the shade of new paint that they spray the car with matches the old paint. Basically what this torch does is it imitates the sunlight. When it comes to this torch, it's not overly priced, like it's not cheap torch, 75 euro for this one. You can buy torches for this sort of purpose from like 50 euro. For the Scangrip, which is sort of most expensive brand of torches, you'll be paying for similar torch around 160. You can also buy, at the start, you can buy cheaper head torch, let's say even on Amazon, for around 10-15 euro. At the start, will do the job for you. So let's have a look again, the difference that lighting does to your work. If you can't see what you're doing, you're never gonna get perfect results. So now you understand that you need lighting for the job. However, there's another thing that you need, and I'm gonna show you what it is and why. So here we have great example that I'm gonna show you on the second control measure. We have a van that is in extremely bad condition. What happened here was the van was parked beside a house that there was painting going on. Dots of paint landed on the van, and the owner brought it to someone, and the idea of the person was try to screw it hard. I'm not sure what was used exactly, whether it was Brillo pad or some sort of scrubbers, but now you can see what happened with the van after this sort of job. Funny enough, the van is not local. The owner came from Carlo, which is about an hour and 20 minutes driving from here. Someone recommended me to the owner. I don't even know who was it, but if you're watching it, thanks a lot for that. We're gonna tackle this van for the owner, make sure that he'll be happy with the finish. So in most cases, people, what they will do in this kind of case, they will use heavy coating compound, they will use the heavy coating combination, and they'll try to tackle this issue. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna show you step by step what is the second control measure. So what I use for that is I'll use Makita PO6000 gear-driven polisher, I'll use heavy coat pad, and I will use heavy coat compound from Menzerna. So as you can see now, after heavy coat combination, if we don't use this sort of light, it starts to look good. If you use this type of light, you might be kind of happy enough. Now here we can see still some of the damage, that the deepest one we can still see around here, we can see it around here. But without this sort of light, we still can't see much at all. So let's see what's the difference gonna be with the lighting. So now with the lighting, we can see this is the damage we had initially. We go further, we have some deeper scratches here and there. Here especially as well, but what we can see now, like the finish isn't as it should be at all. Lots of holograms. These holograms, they appear when you use polisher, when you use hard combination. If the paint is sort of medium, softer paint, you're gonna create holograms. So I hope now you can clearly see why the lighting is so important. In this case, I'm not gonna try to perfect it now. I will show you the final result of this van when I finish with it. However, most of people, they will do in this case, they probably will work a bit more on the heavy scratches. So obviously for heavy scratches, you need to repeat the coating stage. But most people, they basically will go to maybe medium or finishing stage. So let's see what will happen when we use medium or finishing stage. For this, I will use medium compound also from Menzerna, Menzerna 2500. So here again, I'm gonna use the light now because it's obvious you need to use the light. A finish is sort of much better. You still have deeper imperfections there, but as I said before, you have to tackle them with the heavy coat combination. The level of the gloss isn't maybe as we would like to have, so let's give it a go with finishing combination. So in this case, I use Menzerna 3800 fine compound on dual action polisher with very soft pad. So in this case, the finish looks really good. It's not perfect. We would have to probably try maybe with some different combination, maybe approach it a little bit different way, like maybe less pressure or things like that. Most people will be very happy with it. Job is finished. They think that they can wax the car, give it to the customer. But what biggest difference between professional detailers and lads that they start to learn, or even those people that they do it for, as I said, years, and they choose themselves to the point where whatever they can see, that's how it is, they believe. The difference is the use of panel wipe. All professional detailers use panel wipe to remove all residue of the compounds from the paint. Wiping of the paint with dry cloth removes the heaviest residue of the compound from the paint. However, when it comes to polishing, using compound, which is quite dense substance, so when you polishing, you applying a bit of pressure, there is speed, there is motion, you pushing the compound into minor imperfections. And the only way to get rid of that compound from those minor imperfections is use of panel wipe. This will clear the surface fully. Then you'll be able to see what sort of results you exactly have on the paint. So I'm gonna show you this now. So now we are able to check the real results we achieved there. Once all the compound is removed, we can check it. So here we have the result with the compounds on, and here we have the result without the compounds. So as you can see, when you want to learn detailing properly, you need to have those two control measures. First one is the lighting, second one is the panel wipe. Panel wipe will remove any excess of compounds, polishes from the paint. If you don't do that when you're working on the car, what will happen over a few weeks, the vehicle will get Cupla washes, even might get Cupla rains on top of it, and that will remove the compounds. Compounds basically have abrasive particles, but compounds don't have sealing properties. So if you don't want to have surprises like this, a few other examples here, make sure you use the panel wipe, make sure you use proper lighting. This way, if the result is not as you want, you can always correct it. Here, like some people might think, oh, the compound is bad or the polisher or whatever. Basically, all depends on paint you work on. Every paint will react differently to different compounds, different polishing pads, different polishers as well. So it's up to you while you work, and you need to find the right sort of combination, right approach to the paint, then you will get the results. A lot of time also what happens is lads are trying to start the detailing business, and they want to offer services cheaper to their competition, which is, let's say, setup like mine. I'm 15 years in the industry. I charge a lot more than most of lads that they starting off. And what they do, they offer this sort of service, filling up the paint. In some cases they want to get more money, so they also offer ceramic coatings, and they apply ceramic coatings on surface like that, which is covered in compounds. What will happen in that case, the ceramic coating is not gonna bond with the compound. You have to remove all the compounds, then the ceramic coatings make sense and it will last. Also applying wax on top of that, because this is another thing I've seen a lot, where new establishments sort of offer compound polish and wax. So basically what that means is filling the paint to the point where it looks good, but that result is not gonna last for any length of time. In that case, even the wax is not gonna bond properly with the paint. Compound, they have some sort of lubricant, some sort of oils. So it's the same thing if you try to paint a wall that is covered in grease. It will stick to it initially, but it's not gonna last. So to recap this video, I hope now you clearly see the way of properly doing machine polishing, properly checking the results that you're achieving. Also, that should justify why detailers, professional detailers, charge a lot more than lads starting off. And in most cases, this is the biggest difference, because I know for a fact that I have to put the work in there. In the case of this vehicle, it's gonna take me at least probably 20-25 hours to do the job properly. If I went this way, I would have this vehicle completed in 4, 5, maybe 8 hours. It will basically look the same, but the difference will be in the sort of durability of the results. If it's done correctly, then all depends on the owner how it's gonna mind it. But if it's done this way, this vehicle will look bad again in a few weeks. So let's have a look at a few shots before and after of this van. So that's everything in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, detailing related questions, comment below. I'll answer them as best as I can. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe my channel. Also, if you have any sort of ideas that you would like to see, you would like to learn different aspects of detailing, let me know what it is. If I be able to do video about it, I will. And see you on the next one.